No, I just wanted to kind of bring it down a level because I think, Mike has too much knowledge and he reads a book and he absorbs it immediately.
Don't make me seem smart online when I'm not.
Yeah. But you are, and so like there's no way that any of us in here are going to have absolute knowledge. Like there's no way that I'm ever going to know. I will die not knowing whether or not there is a God or isn't a God 100%. It's just not possible for me to know. Evolution, creation, all that stuff. But here's what I can do, what I can look at and know. The TV I have, the computer I have, my cell phone, modern medical science, all of that stuff has come about through the scientific process. That is the best way that we know as a species to build knowledge. Everything that is a modern convenience that we have today came about because of modern science and the scientific process. And when you take evolution and shove it through the scientific process, it comes out the other side as truth. And I can confidently say that it is truthful until new data comes to disprove it because of the peer review process. And it's not that Darwin sat there and saw fish and decided one day that, that's how humans came to be. There's so much more that goes into it, and so many people that try to disprove other scientists on evolution. And when they try to disprove each other, they come to the conclusion that they're correct. And when you take a holy book, no matter which holy book it is, the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, whatever, all of the claims inside of those books, they're not able to meet those same standards of evidence. We always have to fall back on faith, or we always have to fall back on, well, yeah, but it's a translation of this or context or whatever it may be. So if we're going to build knowledge off of something, it can't be something that has been historically proven to not build knowledge. I can look at what has been built for me, and that's where that trust comes. I can't have ultimate knowledge. I can't know whether or not these things are true or not, but I can make a reasonable assertion based on the evidence around me and my personal experience to say that, personal experience, but to look at empirically, all the stuff that I have in modern convenience to me today is physically proven to me by the scientific process. Whereas every book fails, every holy book fails. And I know that I'm going to use this quote, but Ricky Gervais said it. And if you took every biology book in the world and destroyed it, and you took every Bible and every person that knows the Bible and destroyed it, one of those books would come back exactly the same. And it's not the Bible. Because the truth is not the book. The biology book is not the authority. It's the observations that led to the knowledge and the scientific process that led to that knowledge. It could be repeated and get the same result. Whereas if the Bible was lost and tried to be recreated, it would be different. It wouldn't be the same. So it's not from an ultimate authority.
Do you have anything, Coby, I feel like you want to chime in at some point, or just I don't want to feel like we're walking on you. It's not fair.
No, I hear what he's saying, so I understand it. I get.
What would you
do? What?
Yeah, would you? Well, I would say, like, would you think that would be like, something we could apply with your beliefs, or is it does it just kind of circumvent the whole rigorous process that everything has to go through?
Because if you take, take the Bible and put it through the ringer, and then take the Quran and put it through the ringer, the same result happens. Like any fallacy that you can point out in the Quran, you can point out in the Bible. And to say that I believe the Bible is true because it's the word of God is the same thing for a Muslim to say, well, I believe the Quran is the word of God. So me as an outsider, somebody who doesn't participate in either one of these religions, I have to look at those the same way, look at the books the same way, and see which one holds more water. And they don't pass the snuff test. They don't get past that test. So when you say things, when you say things like, well, I have faith that it's correct. Well, Muslims have faith that their book's correct. So, it's just not enough. But in evolution,
it's like you're rolling a D8, you're rolling a D8, and they all just have different religions on it, and whichever one it pops up at, that's what you're going with.
Is this a Dungeons and Dragons thing?
It's a Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay, I didn't get the reference.
Mm-hmm.
But with evolution, like it's not the same. It's not a belief system. I don't believe that evolution is true because I have faith that evolution is true. The information that led to the current theory of evolution can be demonstrated, can be shown to you, can be replicated and tested. And that is why I believe in it. And it's not faith. So I can have faith in anything. I could have faith that, the moon is flat. I could have faith that, this religious text is this. Faith gets us nowhere. No modern human advancement has ever come based on a single person's observations, faith, or exclusively a single person's observations, faith, or a holy.
Coby, science is measurable. We can measure it. We can watch it. We can observe it. Like, that's science. Sure. We do all of those things. Guess what we can't do with God? Guess what we can't do with a God claim? We can't measure it. We can't test it. We can't prove it to be demonstratable. We can't do any of those things. But yet this being that created the entire fucking universe, right? And he has the ability to love all and be everywhere and know everything, right? And he should know exactly what it takes to convince me that he's real, but yet doesn't show up in my life to show me how he's real, right? That should be very, very easy for him to demonstrate if he's all-knowing and all-powerful, and he actually really loves me and made me in his image. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to bring out to you. Because guess what? The only way that you can look at that on the other side of it and justify him not showing up and not demonstrating himself to me as a non-believer and a skeptic is, well, you got to believe it by faith, which faith is bullshit.